So we're going to do this. This is Japanese words Americans use, but don't understand. So you remember her. This was, not understanding Street Fighter. There was a particular word I saw in the thumbnail that I saw. You're welcome, Falcon. But there is a word in the thumbnail that I thought, oh, we must watch this. So, yes, a particular word. A particular word. So, let's see. I'm actually curious, how badly I've been mispronouncing some of these Japanese words. Peeve, shush. Shush. No spoilers. Alright, let's check this out.
In the US, I was truly shocked to find out this thing. Hentai is a anime. Hello everyone, it's Mrs. Eats. Today I'm gonna talk about Japanese words that American people use all the time. Alright, let's get started.
Okay.
Cosplay. So cosplay means costume play. So you put on a special costume and then you, I guess, play. You have fun. Japanese people have been doing this cosplay since 1980s. So cosplay in Japan is considered to be different from just wearing a costume, because once you do cosplay, you actually have to become the character, and you have to talk like the character.
That was not go fast. That was not go fast, Sonic. And by the way,
you have to become the character.
Why am I seeing ass cheeks? Why am I seeing bare ass cheeks?
And you have to.
Why would you do that to poor Sonic? Why? But I do see what she's saying here. So what she's saying is that cosplay, the word is not being used. I'm gonna say this. The word is not being used incorrectly in this case. I think it feels more like the intention of the word is being used incorrectly, because Japanese, while people in the West take cosplay seriously, they take it seriously in the designing of the costumes. People in the West take a great deal of pride in designing their costumes and dressing up in their costumes. Whereas the Japanese, when they do cosplay, they actually embody the character. They're essentially speaking, the Japanese go full on method acting. Whereas Americans just take the pride in the creation of the costume. Yeah, and drawing those ninja.
To talk like the character.
I'm fast.
You have to act like the character. So this is cosplay in Japan. Next is Honcho. So you might have heard Honcho before.
私はお前たちの艦長班長だ.
Han means group. Chong means leader. So literally means group
okay. I'd never heard
leader
this
in Japanese. I was very surprised that in English, actually you guys use the word Honcho to refer your boss or
Head
supervisor.
honcho.
For example,
okay, that's the correlation that she's going with here. Okay, I didn't realize.
Damn, my head honcho asked me stay at work longer. And in Japan nowadays, we don't really use honcho because han we call group and cho we call leader. So we call hi group leader, come here group leader, hi group leader. So
Interesting. That's very fascinating that the pronunciation is very similar. It's, yeah, is that the case? Did they Americanize it? Because, yeah, that honestly kind of, it seems like it. Yeah. Because that sounded a lot like the Chun-Li thing where she says spinning bird kick, but does it like with a very thick Japanese accent, but says it in English. Huh. Interesting.
Honcho sounds to me a little old-fashioned, I guess. Next is karaoke. So kara means empty.
Karaoke.
Oke means orchestra. So short form karaoke literally means empty orchestra, but means no live performance. Just like karaoke. When you do karaoke in your country, you don't have a live performers, right? You only sing by yourself. This is karaoke. Next is emoji. Emoji,
That actually, this last one, karaoke. Granted, Westernized, we pronounce it very differently. We pronounce karaoke as just karaoke. That the word has been Americanized, but that's actually the same. There's no difference there. The usage is the same. So I'm honestly a little surprised this is here. It doesn't make too much sense to me, honestly. But
sing by yourself. This is karaoke. Next is emoji. Emoji, means picture or drawing. Moji means letters. So emoji actually started in 1980s in Japan. At that time, there was a device called Bokeh. In America, you would probably call this a pager. So you can only communicate using numbers.
Chat, I already know what you're thinking. Go ahead. Go ahead. I know you want to do it. There you go. There we go, Geronimo's. There you go. 1337? I don't know that one. No, I do not have a fucking pager. I never had a pager. Pagers were not a thing for me. Elite? Wait. Huh? What the fuck is elite? Okay, educate me, chat. What is elite? Elite. Oh! I've never heard that short form before. I can honestly say I've never heard that short form before. Well, yeah, healthcare still uses pagers, sure. Okay.
6時半にいつものカフェでメッセージが飛ぶ NTT のディスプレイポケットベル
For example, Ohayou means in the number 0840. Ohayou. So this was a very primitive version of
Interesting.
Emoji. As more advanced Pokeball came out, they let you use words and symbols like heart, yen, and so on. Now emojis are very, very advanced. This is my favorite emoji.
君も気合を入れろ
How many of these words do you use in your
Yes, Geronimo's. In fact, I watched it again recently during work. Hackers is probably one of my favorite batshit crazy bullshit computer hacking movies. It's completely batshit insane. It is completely unrealistic, but it's fucking great. I absolutely do love that movie. It is a great fucking movie.
daily life? Please let me know in the comment below. Next is
No, I haven't seen the net.
Bokeh means something is blurry in Japanese.
Bokeh?
And Mr. Eats, who is a camera nerd,
When Mr. Eats were making a video, he grabbed camera. He did this. He did this.
told me that it's a bokeh is a technical word that is used a lot among camera guys. Bokeh means a special skill that you make your picture background a little blurry, so the subject that you want to shoot pops out. In Japanese, we use
Interesting. Okay. I'm not sure what the English word for that is. I think it's just I think it's just like soft focus. I want to say that I think the English for that is soft focus. Narrow focus. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, fire instructor. Yeah.
That word, pinboke or bokeh o naosu means adjust the bokeh. As I said earlier, bokeh means something is blurry. So we use, for example, your glass is blurry, your glass is bokeh, and then your screen is bokeh. However, you have to be a little careful. It could be a very, very bad insult if you use it to the person. So please be careful. Next is hentai. Hen means change or weird. Tai means a statement. So hentai in Japanese means weirdo or pervert. I'm not touching.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that people in the West have known that hentai means pervert for a very long time. Can't stand hacking in movies and TV. It seriously drives me nuts. How wrong they get things. Favorite example from the show NCIS. Someone trying to hack into the computers and Yes, Andrea, we watched that scene on stream. I actually pulled up that scene on stream. Or no, sorry, it was a Linus Tech Tips. Okay, Andrea, if you want to see me shitting all over that, one of my YouTube reacts was Linus Tech Tips, bullshit hacking or bullshit tech stuff in TV shows. I reacted to it. It's on my YouTube channel. That very scene, in fact, I talked about it before they brought it up, and I was gonna be pissed if they didn't bring it up. That scene's actually in it. So you can check that out. It is on my YouTube channel. But like as far as like hentai goes, I do think for a long time, I will say for a long time, the people in the West actually thought hentai was literally translated into porn. I do believe that that was a misunderstood translation in the West, probably like in the 90s and even possibly the early aughts. And then enough times in regular anime where a character would call another character a pervert and they would actually say hentai, but it's translated to pervert. That's happened enough that people are like, okay, hentai actually means pervert. It doesn't actually mean corn. But it's still ascribed to, obviously, the word is still ascribed to Japanese anime corn. Obviously, it's still there. But I think a great deal of people actually do know in this day and age that it does simply just mean pervert and does not its translation is not corn.
Woman, I'm not hentai. And in the US, I was pervert. I'm not touching women, I'm not hentai. And in the US, I was truly shocked to find out this thing. In the US, hentai is anime for adult. And in Japan, we don't call those anime for adult hentai. We actually...
If I'm not mistaken, I know I know that in print form, it's called a doujin. I don't know if that's what's called in anime format or not. Kanito? Yes. I like hentai. I do. You guys click the fucking soundbite of me saying that. It is well known. Is it just called Arrow? It's just called Arrow Enemy? Okay. I thought, wait, doujin means self-published? Okay, I'm getting my translations mixed up then. I love hentai. See? I'm not ashamed of it. I love hentai. See? Told ya.
Called it. Next is koi. We don't call those anime for adult hentai. We actually called it. Next is.
What? They? I don't know either. I don't know either.
Koi. So a lot of you guys, when you hear the word koi, you probably imagine this specific kind of fish.
Yeah?
So koi
Yeah?
in Japanese means carp. So for Japanese people, this is koi. Also, this is koi too.
And, James, first of all, lovely screen name. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so koi is carp. Interesting. And it makes you wonder why the Pokemon is not called Magikarp instead of Magikarp. Although maybe in Japanese, maybe in the native Japanese, it's actually called Magikarp. I wonder.
So for Japanese people, this is koi. Also, this is koi too.
Bonus! Oh God.
Bukkake means you put the dashi stock on the top.
Oh, really?
So when you say bukkake soba, bukkake udon, usually means you pour the stock by yourself on the top of the noodle.
Oh.
And
so
then
the action is called bukkake.
yes, bukkake.
Yes.
So
So you guys have been
known
doing
in
it.
Japan as koikingu,
Ah!
and Gyarados, erdos, r, ds, gar, do, h, ss, gher, Gyaradosu, Gyaradosu, or a pair of Pokemon species in the Pokemon franchise.
Right, Dad? I love you. Please don't put those characters into text-to-speech again. You just gave it a heart attack. But that's cool. Okay, so Koi King for Magikarp. Okay. That sounds about right. Yeah.
and
So
then
the action is called bukkake.
yes, bukkake.
Yes.
So
So you guys have been doing it wrong the whole time. I don't know what's wrong with you guys in the West. This is bukkake. You pour soup. You're pouring soup on noodles. That's what it means. Okay? How did you go from pouring soup on noodles to something crazy?
Next is
So there we go. Because chat, of course. Actually, I shouldn't say of course. Because usually it's Japan that takes something and turns it insanely sexual. Oh, wait a minute. No, this is something new. Normally, it's the Japanese that will take something benign and turn it incredibly sexualized. That's actually kind of a Japanese thing, at least in their era. But the US did it. The US took a benign Japanese word and turned it into something nutty. Did they? Oh, did they, Dragonose? So the Japanese industry ascribed that label first. Okay, so I retract my statement then. The Japanese still took something benign and turned it horny. Makes perfect sense. Yeah. So, chat, now you can feel smart when someone just starts joking about bukkake and saying, oh, you're drizzling some soup stock on noodles? And may have them look at you like, huh? And you can be smart.
Hibachi. So hi means fire.
Oh, hang on, I missed
or
the-
is Hibachi. So
Hibachi,
hi
okay.
means fire. Bachi or hachi means a pot. So hibachi is an old-fashioned heater or stove that is filled with charcoal. In some places in Japan, we still use those kind of traditional hibachi to make your house warm or to cook something on the top. But these days, Japanese people prefer using central heating style heaters. But in America, hibachi refers to a kind of cuisine that is cooked on a big giant.
I'm actually gonna disagree with this. Hibachi. I don't think it refers to a type of food on the grill. I think even in America, hibachi is actually referred to the grill itself, not the type of food cooked on it. Yeah, it's like a cooking style, but it's in reference to the implement. of the food. Yeah. Hang on. Let me see what she says again.
To a kind of cuisine that is cooked on a big, giant hot plate.
Okay. A kind of cuisine. And so she's referring, okay, yeah, so yeah, she technically is referring to a cooking style, so, okay, oh, yeah, okay, I'll go with that, okay.
Wait, when I was in America, Mr. Eats told me, alright, today let's go to eat some hibachis. And I said, eat hibachi? Eat fire pot? It didn't make sense at all to me. And then when we arrived at the Japanese restaurant, he told me, alright, over there, that's hibachi. You know, I imagine just hibachi, right? But there was a giant hot metal plate on the table. We called it teppanyaki. So the word is very, very different. Next is futon. So fu means fabric. Ton means stuff, something is stuffed. Futon is a thin mattress that is filled with cotton, feather, or wool. So
and on this one, in the West, futon does mean similar to this, but in America and in the West in general, oh, excuse me. In the West, the futon is not on the floor. That's the big difference. Like with America, futon is referring to the mattress, like the stuffed mattress, but it's actually on a frame. And it's used as a couch as well as a bed. No, that's Revan, that's a hide-a-bed. Those are not, those usually I don't think are considered, I've never heard of those referred to as futons. Those are just like hide-a-beds. I'm actually, like, futon is actually, like, it's the mattress that basically sits atop a frame. Let me see if I can find one. See, here we go. Like this. This would be like what Westernized would consider a futon. It's a frame that has the mattress atop it that can be a sofa or a bed. That's what most people in the West consider futons. Not this, where a futon is basically folded up and put into a corner when not in use, and when you want to lay out for sleep, the futon is rolled out and you go to sleep. So the stuffed mattress still applies, but not in the same vein.
Feather or wool. So futon we only use for bed. But in the US, I was truly surprised that when I went to Amazon.com and then typed futon, there are a bunch of sofas.
Yeah, and now the term futon is getting used for basically transformable couches. Because these futons, the cushions don't actually come off. They're actually built into it and everything. So this is just like convertible sofas. They're not actually futons. Unfortunately, in the West, the term futon has been bastardized. There's no other way to put it. This term has actually been bastardized to basically just mean transformative sofas.
Came out and then I was, that's sofa, that's not futon. You guys don't sleep on the sofa, do you? I understand in the US, they think that futon is a type of sofas. But in Japan, it's actually a bed. Next is skosh. So skosh? Skoshi means literally a little bit, a little in Japanese.
Oh, a skosh. That's what she's referring to. She's referring to when people say, oh, I'll just take a skosh. Yeah, I did not realize that little slang term was derived from the Japanese word. I had no idea. I'm gonna be honest. I will be flat out honest. I thought that the expression of, like, a skosh always sounded like a Jewish thing. I'll be blatantly honest. The term sounded like it was something like the Jewish people from New York came up with. That's what I always that's what I always thought. If this is what I think it is, where it's that's where it's derived from, I had no idea. That's fascinating. I love this shit. This is something new that I've learned today, and that's fucking cool.
To be honest, I've never seen, American people say Skosh. Can I get a Skosh of coffee, for example? I've never heard it before. But do you use it? Do you really use it? And then also...
So she's never actually heard the American pronunciation. She's only heard the Skosh. Because the Western pronunciation is Skosh. I'll have a Skosh. I'll have a skosh of beer. I'll have a skosh of food. Not skosh. So she's never... Okay, so Mrs. Eats. If you're watching, you probably aren't, but if you're watching, Mrs. Eats, the expression in the West is skosh. I'll have a skosh of blankety blank. Not skosh. So basically, the West changed the pronunciation to skosh. But that's interesting. It's derived from Japanese, which is really cool.
So, if you are not from America, do you use the word skosh, meaning a little bit? Please let me know in the comment below. Alright everyone, thank you, okini!
That was cool. Chat, we actually learned something today. We actually learned a few things today. You guys have never heard anyone say skosh? Really? That honestly surprises me that you've never heard skosh. Somebody say skosh. Well, some of you have. I know some of you guys in chat have said that you have. Wow! Maybe it is, Revan? I don't know. I thought this was just like a Western thing.